Man, oh man, this is all I do now, videos on how to install Linux distros. Well, oh, nice little update. I'm not going to stop. This is PikaOS, so I did CachyOS, I did Fedora, now I'm going to show PikaOS, so Arch-based, Fedora-based, and now Debian-based. The three are excellent choices, but this one is a very cool one specifically because, well, maintained by a smaller team, cool stuff. And the project itself is it's so cool. It transforms Debian into something that is on par with CachyOS. So you can have that ease of use and stability that comes with Debian, but the gaming performance that comes with something like Cachy. So let's install this. We gotta choose a desktop environment. Now, I'm a KDE fanboy kind of when it comes to desktop environments now, but I think it just, for old time's sake, I should just go with GNOME this time. I haven't done it in a while. But if not, there's a Hyprland edition, and there's also a Neri edition. Well, there's a Cosmic edition too, but I do not recommend it. Anyway, yeah, I guess we'll go with GNOME. Yep. Alright, so you're gonna have to click on either standard ISO or NVIDIA ISO. So NVIDIA 16,000 series and up. If you're on a GTX 1080 or 1070, for example, or anything below that, you still go with the standard ISO. And if you're like me and you're on something like AMD or Intel, you go with standard. So you let that download. It's a pretty small ISO. It's as big as, I believe, CachyOS, but also Linux Mint as reference. It's not a huge install. And the next thing we're going to need is a tool to write our ISO to the USB key. And you know what? We're still going to use Fedora Media Writer. And now, no, that just sent me to Media Writer. There we go. So if you make yourself to the Fedora workstation page and then go down, there's Fedora Media Writer, which you can download from Windows or Mac and from Linux as well. So when you install that, then you're going to open it up and then you'll be greeted with this page where you will select your ISO file. You're going to choose your PikaOS download and choose the drive you want to write the ISO to and then hit write. Now, because I want to show you guys the process, I am going to do this in a VM. Here we go. So in a VM, we'll pick Debian. We're going to find the PikaOS ISO. We're going to do whatever storage we need. You'll have more than that. We'll put the correct amount of resources. Usually I put 8 gigs, but PikaOS deserves a little more. Not because it needs it, because it deserves it. All right, here we go. So again, reason why PikaOS is great. It's a CachyOS, but based on Debian. So if you're seeking that stability with a distro, but want the gaming performance like Cachy, this is the way to go. So we're gonna hit enter on the PikaOS logo, the bird logo. That's a circle. All right, and here we are. Now you're gonna be greeted with this page right here. We're going to hit on. I keep 3 times in a row I've said hit on. We're going to click on install distro to system. We're going to choose English US. Afterwards, what we're gonna do is hit on I agree. Then we're going to pick our keyboard layout again. I'm gonna go with English US. I'm gonna choose the time zone of Montreal, even though it's the same thing as New York. You gotta represent. And then here you can either automatically partition the drive or manually partition the drive. We're going to do automatic. If you want, wait, actually we have to select our disk. So on the yellow popping thing, we select the disk we want. Make sure it's the right one if you're putting it on a separate drive. And we can enable Luke's disk encryption if we want, and I guess we can do that. So put in your encryption password. Again, if you do this, you will have to have 2 different passwords in login, which can be annoying, but if you want to be safe about your things, you do that, and then we hit next, and boom. It's doing the partitioning stuff and the locale settings and such, and eventually it's going to prompt us to reboot. All right, as I said, it will prompt us to do this. We're gonna reboot our system, and then once we're here, we are going to again pick the PikaOS logo again with the arrow keys, and then this is what I was talking about when with the encryption thing here. So I'm gonna put my encryption password. Better to be safer than sorry, and it's gonna say failed here, but don't worry, it worked. And then here we are. All right, welcome to PikaOS. Woohoo! Let's get started. So, internet, you'll have to do this for Wi-Fi and such, but because I'm on Ethernet, it's done automatically, which is great. Then here we're in the user setup, so we're gonna do user full name, which you most likely never really put your full name unless you want to. Host name. We can do something cute like Pikachu, you know, from Pokemon. I don't know. I never really played or watched any of the Pokemon stuff. Anyways, we're going to put our user password. Mine's super safe, as you can see. Then we're going to do system updates. The yellow update button. Perfect. We're going to go next. Available hardware drivers. Now, if you're on... I can't speak. If you're on AMD, if you want to gain more performance at the risk of potentially having a bit more breakage, but it really doesn't happen much, but it can still happen. But if you want that extra performance, Mesa Git is a great thing to have. So we can install that there. There we go. We're going to do next. Multimedia codecs. Now this is very important. Well, I guess some people really don't need it as much, but it's better to have it than to not have it most of the time. It's not bloat is what I'm saying. Perfect. When the multimedia codecs are installed, now we got the gaming meta package. Oh yeah. A lot of people who are going to install PikaOS are gamers because that's what one of the main things about PikaOS, right? That's the user base it attracts. So I'm assuming you want to game on this. So we're going to install the meta package. And that's going to install stuff like Steam, Heroic Games Launcher, Lutris, Proton Tricks, Wine Tricks, blah, blah, blah. Anything that makes our gaming experience better. Falcon D, Mango HUD, everything we need. One click of a button right there. There we go. And then reboot. Yay! Gonna hit on enter. I said hit it on again. We're gonna click on enter and then put in encryption password. But hey, that encryption password thing, you could have entirely skipped that if you didn't want it. That's just a decision I did. And in a VM, really? Why do I do that when I'm in a VM? Okay, whatever. Now put in your super safe user password. And then there we go. Cute bird sound effects, and we're in GNOME. Yay! So the thing is set up already, but there is a PikaOS welcome page when you boot in for the first time. So we're gonna go through this. So welcome to the PikaOS team. Yeah, from the PikaOS team. Setup steps. So we can click on update my system, but chances are nothing will need to happen. There we go. You can set up printer support if you want. Cool stuff. Driver manager, again, that's the page where we chose Mesa Git. But there's a bunch of other things too, like VGA compatible drive, anything PCI basically, even your keyboard if you want. I don't know if that was a keyboard or not. Anyway, we can go to like VGA compatible controllers, hit on this thing, hit on again, click on it, and oh, Mesa Git was not installed, so we're gonna do that. That might happen sometimes, so just make sure it's installed if you wanted it after the reboot. Yeah, I noticed that sometimes that it won't always apply even in the setup. Okay, and a bunch of other things that you can change and look at if you want. Kernel manager. Kernel manager, this is a very cool thing. So you can, you know, hit it says what you're on right now, but you can click on the download button and then you'll have available kernel packages. Like you see here, we're on 7.0.2, but there is 7.0.3. So we're going to install that. Fantastic. So that kernel has been installed, or has it? Yes, it has. Fantastic. Now we can go to install more apps with Software Manager if you want, or install web apps. There's two very cool tools right there. Then recommended additions. So we have, oh, look at that. It didn't install the game utilities either. Okay, you'll have to do most of it in the PikaOS welcome then. I haven't had that happen to me before. So if this wasn't done already, you can do it, but we're going to do, I went rapper mode there. We're going to do game utilities. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm unmuted in Discord. Hold on. Oh, wow. All right, you got a little sidetrack there. So, oh, I hate when that happens. Okay, there we go. We're fine. That's a VM issue, by the way, not PikaOS. Install device configuration for many controllers and VR equipment. Maybe if you have something obscure, installing this will fix it. There we go. What next? Install Microsoft TrueType fonts. I mean, if you want, why not do them all? You know, if you know you don't need them, you don't need them. But if you want them, grab them. I'm just showing you guys. All right, that's cool. You can install Kden Live. Okay, you can you can install Kden Live from here if you want. You can install Krita, the LibreOffice suite, Blender, OBS, you name it, a bunch of things. Look and feel. Now this is more GNOME related, but you can get new icons and themes from here. I'm gonna avoid that actually. We can choose a desktop layout. So this is the classic GNOME look, but you can have a Unity style. Whoa, look at that. Or a Mate style. Whoa. A pineapple. Oh, now two things are mixed together. Crap. We're fine. You can have Windows 11 style. Ugh. We can have traditional. Yeah. Let's stick with GNOME 2. I like this one a lot. Troubleshoot, join the community, all that stuff if you want. Bam. And that's how you install and set up PikaOS. Now, I will do a reboot just to see all the changes happen to make sure it worked. There we go. We're on the 7.0.3 kernel. Beautiful. Oh, right. Encryption password. Why did I do that? Beautiful. All right. Great. But yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Oof. I'm not liking this layout actually. We're going to go to PikaOS welcome again. We're going to go to choose a desktop layout. And maybe go back to GNOME or Pineapple. I like Pineapple. Pineapple's cool. We can change our accent colors too. No, it's not. I don't know. All right. You can lose a bunch of time with this if you want. That's what I'm trying to say. Configure GNOME from here if you want. You can choose the shell, the icons that you want to use, the legacy application theme, the sounds. So if you want default sounds or the PikaOS sounds, the interface fonts. If you want, you can use Cantarell instead of Adueta if you want. That's just an example, right? You can play around with it. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, we can go confirm that Steam and such has been installed. Yes. We can go confirm that Heroic has been installed. Yes. Proton, even Proton Plus. Beautiful. Not every distro does that with their gaming packages. Great stuff. And now about their installation, like installing packages through the terminal, here's how you can do it. You can do sudo apt, so apt install. Let's install fast fetch. Put in your password and then boom, fast fetch has been installed. Look at that, Bard. Bard. All right, nice. They even have a little thing called PikaFetch, I think. Oh, I keep getting that every time. Error file not found. Anyways, that's fine. So yeah, sudo apt install whatever you need. So let's say OBS Studio. Will it find it just like that? Yes, it will. Look at that. Beautiful. So yeah, there's a little bit more when it comes to PikaOS, but I won't show it all in this video. Most of the optimizations will be done for you already. It's pretty fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And the next one will be pretty interesting. All right. Bye-bye.